I'm gonna be drinking coffee during this. I just need to get hyped for life. One thing that I forgot about when you're getting any sort of appliance in your mouth is when you get spacers put in between your teeth. They're like these little rubber bands that they'll squeeze between your teeth to make room for any sort of, you see that? Yeah. And it kind of, for the few days that you have them, it feels like you're teething almost, and like you just want to bite things. So I bit people. No, I didn't. I'm just gonna, can you even see? Is there a scar? I can't. You get a rinse for your mouth. After you get any type of oral surgery, it's just kind of like an antibacterial thing. It leaves these brown spots on your teeth that you can brush off. It's not like a permanent thing, but you know, already I'm like, oh, my smile looks weird, and now it's like, oh, my smile's dirty. Yeah, a few weeks after my surgery, I ended up going to the dentist and just having them scrape it off so I could feel better about my teeth, kind of. After surgery, there are sutures all up in your gums, and it's hard to laugh and smile without it hurting, which is weird because the rest of my mouth and like half my face is numb, but it still hurt to smile and laugh. My friends are all really funny, and so anytime we'd hang out, I'd be like, I explained the turning of the key inside my mouth to spread the bone apart. And so a lot of people ask, they're like, does that hurt? Oh my god, it doesn't hurt. I told you my face is numb. It just kind of feels like pressure, and the move is like so slight. It's just kind of like, oh, what's happening up there? I don't know. Something that did happen with me, which is not uncommon, is that my bone didn't spread evenly side to side. So it turned out that the bone shifted more this way than this way, which is fine. I'm getting a second surgery, and so when they go back in to pull my palate forward, my doctor will just kind of boop, shift it back over a little bit. My palate expander is still in my mouth. They like to keep that in for 6 months between surgeries, just while the bone finishes healing. And today we got these on. Is there something in my teeth? Ew. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna re-record this though. So if you notice, my top, my orthodontist put in some porcelain bracelets. I was in a show, and so from the audience, you can't tell I'm wearing braces. I have a small, it's called a chain. It's sort of like a rubber band kind of thing between these teeth. You can't even see it. It's like clear. I'm not gonna pull on it because I don't want to mess with it, but that is slowly closing the gap. The interesting thing about teeth is that a lot of times they will slowly move back together and a gap will close on its own. We are on a time crunch, and I just want this done. When I first decided that I was gonna get surgery again, I was like, all right, I'm not gonna work for like a year in theater. I'm gonna end up going back to my restaurant or like scooping poop or something. But it was fine. I just accepted that. A few weeks after my surgery, I get a call about doing a show in Philly, and I was like, yeah, I can do that. I didn't know most of the people in the cast, and so I go in with this big gap in my teeth, and a lot of people thought that I just had it my whole life. And then once I got my braces on, everyone was like, oh, you're closing your gap? And I was like, oh yeah, well, I don't really, I didn't have this my whole life. This is like a new thing. Well, like second time round, part 2 of a thing. So for me personally, having a gap in my teeth isn't one of the greatest things. I think, especially since I've been in and out of the orthodontist for so much of my life, there are a lot of people who do have a gap in their teeth, and they've purposely kept it. We have Michael Strahan, who it's a part of him. He loves the gap in his teeth. You have Terry Thomas, the famous comedian. He had a gap in his teeth. You have SpongeBob SquarePants. He had a gap in his teeth.